Hi, this is Lenny Nuccio with Bottom Line Results, and I'm here today with John Barnes, loan officer with City National Bank right here in Irvine. And John, thanks for getting together today.
Oh, no problem, thank you.
We just had a few questions for you, John, on business financing today, and have some listed here. And as a loan officer, what kinds of things are you looking for when someone comes into the bank for a business loan?
Great question. Probably the most important thing that the bank is going to be looking for is really to have a clear explanation as to how the amount that is being requested for was contrived and what that money is going to be used for.
Great. And what do applicants most often forget when they're bringing in their paperwork?
Probably the most obvious thing that people always forget is what we call a PFS, personal financial statement. Too often when a business person comes in and looking to borrow money for the bank, they forget that we really need to know that there's a secondary source of repayment, and that's going to require that the individual be willing to provide us with some of their personal information and put that as collateral.
To what stage of their business should an applicant talk to you about a business loan?
Right. Well, it's never too early to start. Oftentimes what happens is people do come in looking for a business loan when it's at the critical point. And they only have a couple of weeks left. The process is going to be very, very difficult for them at that point in time. So I always encourage people, the best motto to live by is apply for the credit when you don't need it. Get yourself ready to go. If that's the case, that makes it a lot easier.
Very good advice.
Yeah.
What are the most common reasons why an applicant would not get approved?
Well, one of the reasons, the biggest reason why an applicant wouldn't get approved is going to be down to the not having a primary and a secondary source of repayment. Again, if the business is profitable, that's going to be your primary source of repayment, the profits from the business, but the secondary source of repayment is going to be the individual. So if an individual is not willing to put their own skin in the game for the process, then it's going to be a little difficult to make that happen all the time.
Understandable. If someone is turned out for a loan, what can they do to improve their chances next time?
Well, at City National Bank, when we come across a situation where we're not able to necessarily do the financing in-house, what we like to do is refer to some of the partners that we know that are in the industry that maybe specialize in that area where the applicant is looking to borrow. For instance, if you have a contractor, that may not be a real critical point that City National Bank is very willing to take that risk, but there may be somebody else that is very, very good in that area and is willing to take that risk. So we'll try to place you with somebody else to get you the lending that you need today. Now, if we can't find even that outside of City National Bank, then we really like to work with that client to find a way to make them profitable down the road, to get them to the point where they will be able to be accepted for borrowing down the road.
Sounds like you're trying to set up a positive relationship.
Exactly. Yeah, we're not a transactional basis in any sense. We really want to find the way to get you what you need to help you grow your business down the road. So we're looking to build a relationship for the long term.
Excellent. How long is the approval process usually?
Great question. Well, if everything goes perfectly, then the approval process can be as little as 2 to 3 weeks. In today's market, that's obviously not what everybody is seeing, but what's really happening is that process can be delayed for various reasons, and the biggest reason that gets delayed is when the applicant does not provide us with a full package of information. So if we have that full package, 2 to 3 weeks. If we need to go back for more information, or if there's further questions that come about because all the information isn't available, that could extend it. It could end up being 2 to 3 months before you know it. But again, our goal at City National Bank is to have it be 2 to 3 weeks, 30 days as kind of an average maybe.
So it's almost like help us help you by
Exactly.
getting all your paperwork.
Great way to put it.
What types of documentation should an applicant be prepared to bring?
The standard package that we like to see would be 3 years of tax returns, 3 years of financials, and then the most recent interim financials and tax returns, if you have any quarterly filings for either of those. But then also the schedule of business debt that might already be in place, and as well as the personal financial statement of the guarantor of the business person behind it on the personal side.
If they're using an accountant, usually the accountant can have all those forms or statements put together.
Yeah, and oftentimes what we'll do is work with the applicant to get permission to talk to the accountant directly, and that'll take a lot of the hassle, because the accountant knows a little bit more about the documents that we're going to be looking than the businessman who really wants to just get out there and run his business.
Exactly. How important is a business plan for a client requesting a loan, John?
It's a great question. I don't really see business plans all the time, but I can tell you that when I do, it really makes me feel a little more secure that the applicant really is in it for the long haul and really has some structure set up. As a lender and an underwriter, we're going to want to see that to feel more comfortable. And it's really to get approved and approved for business lending. The more comfortable you can make the underwriter, the better your position stands. So it's not required, but very much it is a helpful tool.
So the more information the entrepreneur can provide, the easier it makes your job and the underwriters.
Absolutely, because the numbers will tell the story. It is what it is. So nothing to be afraid of by providing too much information.
Excellent. Well, John, thank you very much.
Thank you
Appreciate
for having
your
me.
time.
Thank you.
Okay, if you'd like more information, please give us a call at Bottom Line Results at telephone number 949-788-2998, or go to our website at www.bottomlineresultscorp.com. We look forward to hearing from you.